Hey guys, Aubrey here, welcome back to another video. As you can see, finally got my Clubsport DD Plus. Before I go too far into this guys, I just want to say if you guys can hit that like button, it really helps my channel and the algorithm will help my channel grow. It's still a very small channel. Yeah, in this video we are mainly going to be discussing an upgrade path from the CSL DD to the Clubsport DD Plus. There's already a lot of videos out there covered with full reviews of this base and just the normal 12 Nm Clubsport. There's a lot of unboxing videos, but I'm not going to go into that guys. In this video what we're going to be talking about is the differences I'm feeling from the 8 Nm CSL DD to the DD Plus with all the sim titles, Automobilista 2, Assetto Corsa Competizione, Assetto Corsa, R Factor 2, I've covered Le Mans Ultimate, been playing in that as well. I just wanted to dial in a few settings and have a really good play with it and see what I think and try and get my opinion on this wheelbase. So basically I want to help the people that were thinking about upgrading to something like this from a CSL DD, or maybe even a Logitech or a Thrustmaster or something like that, or something much lower torque. With 15 Nm of torque and higher, it's not all about how high the torque is and how hard it is to wrestle the wheel while you're driving. The higher the torque level in direct drive wheelbases gives you a lot more fidelity in the force feedback. That's what it's all about. So basically, if you think about the more power in the motor, you are going to get, even if you in-game set the power level gain down a little bit, but in Fanatec you still leave it on say 15 Nm, you're still going to feel a lot more detail while driving with a higher force in your wheelbase with a direct drive. So basically guys, going to be talking about what I'm feeling with the upgrade, and we'll get straight into it guys. Okay, I'm going to start by saying the obvious first big difference between the two wheelbases, the CSL DD and the DD Plus, is going to be an upgrade from 8 Nm of torque to 15 Nm of torque. And like I said before, it's not all about how tight and how hard it is to turn the wheel while driving the car, because that's not what it's all about. Generally, with the more force with the direct drive wheelbases will give you much more fidelity with what you're feeling in the force feedback. So with the CSL DD 8 Nm, you're getting a bit of torque there, and the torque level of 8 Nm actually feels fairly powerful for a wheel, but being 8 Nm of torque, you're not going to be feeling as much detail as what you would with something like the DD Plus with 15 Nm of torque. So I just wanted to get that out there guys. We're not going to be upgrading to 15 Nm of torque just because we want to be wrenching the steering wheel while driving the car around the track. It's not all about that. One of the biggest upgrades is the details and the fidelity with the extra power and the 15 Nm of torque. A new addition to both these wheelbases is full force. And that works a little bit like Logitech's True Force. So basically these Clubsport and the DD Plus have both been shipped without this working at the moment. I think basically iRacing is going to be implementing that soon, full force. So what that will do is will give you a little bit more haptic feedback through the wheel when it works. So there'll be another video guys when that does come out and it's enabled on the wheelbases. We'll be covering that in another video. Both 12 Nm and 15 Nm in the DD Plus, they both come with a rotation of 25-20 degrees rotation. That just gives a little bit more headway space with a lot of different types of driving in cars. Obviously we've also got the new quick release system that comes now shipped with pretty much all the wheelbases I think from Fanatec. So the Clubsport and the DD Plus both will come shipped with a wheel side QR2. So if you have current Fanatec wheels, you will have to buy the wheel side QR2 quick releases. What I'll note on that too guys, if you are changing over your QR2s from the QR1, the metal QR1s, if you're using them on older wheels that did originally come equipped with the QR1, please read the instructions when swapping these over, because there is a little metal washer you got to pull out, and a plastic washer has to be fitted before the QR2 gets fitted, with some new bolts as well. I'm only saying this, guys, because there will be probably people out there that will get the QR2 and just smash it out of the box and just rip off the QR1 and just slam on the QR2 and bolt it up, and then just put it on their wheelbase and damage the pins on their wheels, and that's not good. So the DD Plus does out of the box work with PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. I haven't tested it with the PS4, but I've definitely tested it with the PS5. And I'm going to say it's the first time I've actually driven any Gran Turismo with a wheel, let alone a direct drive wheel and 50 Newton meters. But yeah, it's the first time for me, and it just sort of blew my mind a little bit on actually how good Gran Turismo is with the wheel. It's just fantastic, but I'll get more into that in another video, I guess. So one of the biggest selling points with both these wheelbases are they do have a constant force. So this DD Plus will have a constant force. It will hold 50 Newton meters all day, basically. A lot of wheelbases out there will have a max torque, but it will tend to bleed off a little bit if it's a constant high force. These wheelbases in the DD Plus, like this 50 Newton meter, will hold 50 Newton meters of torque without overheating or anything like that. It won't bleed off any torque. And you do notice that. It's one of the biggest things that you'll notice with this wheelbase is an upgrade, not only with the extra torque, but it will hold that torque, and it's just fantastic. And while we're on that, guys, that's one of the big things with a wheelbase of this magnitude with 15 Newton meters of torque. The big difference is when you're driving the car, no matter what car it is, you feel in total control of that car, suspension, tyres, you feel everything. So because you've got that extra details and force behind the wheel, it feels like you're in full control of the turning of the wheels. So basically, you know, you'll be going down the straight, you're feeling all the bumps, but you're constantly feeling what the car's doing. With a lower end wheelbase and lower torque, you've got a lot more no man's land while driving, that you just won't feel as much detail. So when you've got this kind of force in a wheelbase, you're driving it and you're feeling the constant forces all the time. So you do feel like you're feeling a lot more 100% of the time while using a wheelbase like this, and that's one of the biggest things for me, and it's one of the biggest upgrades for me from the CSL DD. I do want to say, guys, I want to make a point. The CSL DD 8 Newton meters, that did blow my mind the first time I got that wheelbase. That was the first direct drive wheelbase I had, and that was just amazing. It was so smooth coming off a belt driven wheelbase like the Thrustmaster TSPC. Not saying that's bad either, because that's also was a fantastic wheelbase, but the upgrade to a direct drive was just phenomenal. Just the smoothness of the torque was excellent. So I'm not saying that the CSL DD also is bad in comparison with the Clubsport or Clubsport Plus. It's still a fantastic, you know, after having that for so long, it's still a fantastic wheelbase. And though the Clubsport is a major upgrade, mainly in force, which gives extra fidelity, the CSL DD 8 Newton meters is still a great wheelbase, guys. So for me, I just wanted that extra torque. It's just my personal preference. I just wanted the extra torque to have those extra details. I did not upgrade to DD Plus to get faster lap times necessarily and be more competitive. I'm sure there's people out there that wanted to be more competitive, but in my opinion, upping the force in wheelbases is probably not going to give you the edge and speed over lap times. For me, I think it's more about what you're feeling, and having that extra detail and feedback is just fantastic. And you know, it's why we all sim race. You know, I just really enjoy feeling every bump on the road, the track, the curbs, the ripple strips, just everything. And having a wheelbase like this with the 50 Newton meters of torque really does make that that much more exciting for me. So far, I've only tested this wheelbase with the the Formula wheel that I have there that you see in the video. It's an excellent wheel, but I've just ordered a round wheel. I got the Clubsport RS on order. I did have, some of you guys might know, I did have the WRC wheel, but that would have been great, but because it's the CSL WRC wheel, it's only going to be limited to 8 Newton meters of torque, which is also not too bad either, because you're going to have that constant torque of 8 Newton meters as well. There's going to be no bleed off of torque there. But I just wanted to make use of having a round wheel and having 15 Newton meters of torque behind it. It's the whole idea why I bought the DD Plus in the first place. And so yeah, I'll just let you guys know I'm having another wheel sent to me. I'll do probably another video on that as well, and the feeling of the wheelbase with the round wheel as well, just to get a bit of an opinion on what it's like with a round wheel. This wheelbase is also the first time I'm using their new QR2 quick release system, and it is fantastic. It's really good, guys. It just works so seamlessly and it's rock solid. I would not recommend I wouldn't recommend to get the plastic one. I'd definitely recommend to get one of the metal ones. I've bought 2 wheel side quick releases. I've got one for the wheel that you can see in the video that I'm using, and one for the new Clubsport RS that I've got coming, the round wheel. So the quick release system works so well. I think there may in future be wear maybe eventually on the shaft or on the wheel side QR, because when you push it on the shaft, there is a bit of spring force there when you're pushing it on there, and that rubbing friction as it goes onto the sides of the shaft could be up for a bit of wear later on down the track. So I tend to just pull back the slip ring a little bit and just sort of help it on a little bit, just to make that wear less apparent further on down the track over the years. I want to make that last, you know what I mean? So I mean, it is designed so you can just push it straight on and it might be okay, but I think for wear and tear purposes, I'm just going to help it on a little bit. It only takes a little bit extra just to pull that back a little bit and push the wheel on, just to reduce that wear as it's sliding onto the wheel side shaft. But driving with the QR2, absolutely zero movement. There's no bolts needed to screw on like I was doing with the QR1. I did notice even with the metal QR1 that there was a bit of movement there. Even with the CSL DD at 8 Newton meters, it still had a fair bit of movement there. I know the DD1 and 2 have a little bit different shafts there, and probably have less movement by the time you tighten those up, but with my QR1, I use the bolt every time I put a wheel on, because I just felt that movement there. But this QR2, yes, you bang it on there and there's no movement, zero movement, guys. It's just a fantastic quick release design, really good. With the I'd say with the Clubsport and the DD Plus, I'd say both those wheelbases, you will need a fairly substantial frame to support that motor. Obviously, you're not going to be clamping it to any table anytime soon. But if your rig is a little bit flimsy, might be time to upgrade to a little bit bigger rig, just to have no movement there. I mean, 15 Newton meters is quite a lot of torque, and if you've got that up quite high, I like to have a fair bit of torque there. It will tend to move about a bit and cause a few problems with the more lightweight rigs out there. So I would recommend a fairly solid rig, guys, with these wheelbases. Like I said earlier in the video, guys, I will do another video with setup with the DD Plus. I do a video with Automobilista 2 settings, set of course Competizione. I won't do iRacing because I'm not using that at the moment, but for the ones I have, I'll try and set up a video with my settings that I'm using. I have been doing a lot of testing over the last week, guys, so trying to run up a really good setup with the wheelbase here. But with Automobilista 2, I'm using Default Plus, and with the testing during the week with AMS2, it's just awesome. AMS2 since 1.5 has really good force feedback and just feels excellent, and is just even better with the DD Plus. I'm very happy with the overall upgrade. Auto Mobility 2 just feels fantastic, and with the 50 Newton meters of torque, you really do feel the suspension and the wheel forces, the tyres on the tarmac with all these sims, guys. Especially with also R Factor 2 and Le Mans Ultimate. Those two sims there, I mean, obviously they use the same engine, those two. For me, they have the absolute best and most realistic force feedback that I've ever felt in any of the sims. Not saying the other ones are bad, but Auto Mobility 2 is also very good, but R Factor 2 and Le Mans Ultimate, the force feedback is just absolutely unbelievable. It just feels like a real car for me. And having the having the Clubsport DD Plus has just made that even better, guys. Really amazing. I mean, even with the CSL DD, you could feel the substantial amount of weight in the car with that wheelbase, even at 8 Newton meters. You can imagine how much extra details there is with the DD Plus. It's just blown my mind. Very happy with it, guys. So I will do more videos, guys, on this wheelbase. I'm going to do another video on settings, like I said before, but also going to start getting into some Gran Turismo. I can't record the PlayStation at the moment. I don't have a capture card, but I'll definitely do a settings video for the PS5 and Gran Turismo 7 with the DD Plus. Because that's just blown my mind a little bit how good that is for a console game. I mean, Gran Turismo I knew was good, always loved it when I was younger, but Gran Turismo 7 with this wheelbase is just absolutely unbelievable, and it looks really good as well. So I will do a video on that, guys, but I'll leave you with that. I'm not going to go too far into the specs for this wheelbase. Everybody's probably seen the specs of it. They already know what it's all about. I just wanted to let people know what I'm feeling and how much better it is having that upgrade from the CSL DD. If you guys are thinking about doing it, definitely enjoying the upgrade so far. I mean, we are fairly early in the drivers as well. I'd say Fanatec over the next 12 months will release updated drivers for the wheelbase and make it even better. We'll see the new full force coming in soon as well. I think iRacing is probably going to be the first one we'll test with that. When that does come out, I will reinstall iRacing and play a little bit more of that, and we'll talk about that, guys. But anyway, we'll leave that video for you guys. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. If you like my videos, guys, hit that thumbs up. Like I said at the start, it really helps my channel, guys. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see more of my content. We'll see you in the next video, guys. Thanks for watching.